Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a beautiful Monday in the Mid-South, and it was a buck wild weekend in college basketball. The big game is this Sunday. We got the super duper duper bowl. Kansas City going for the three-peat. You got the Eagles, Jalen Hurts and Saquon, Nick Sirianni, little Eagles, little Chiefs action. We're definitely going to be breaking down the big game pretty much all day at Gum Week. Today, we got to talk a lot about the Tigers and the Grizzlies. And thank goodness we got Terry Davis at 11:30 because we got to talk about Memphis hoops, man. What a game last night from the Grizzlies. I'm going to talk about that here in a few moments. I mean, that's, I think, the 8th straight victory over the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, they own the Bucks. They got busy, and I mean everybody, from when you got Tripp getting an elbow to the face and blood coming out on the floor. You got Luke Kennard, who's just burying threes throughout the game. Scottie Pippen hustling like a madman. Man, beating up on them Bucks. Liking what I'm seeing from the Grizzlies. Tigers took care of business. That's all that really matters. They did win against Rice. They survived. That scared the bejeebies out of me, but Memphis. Some big wins this weekend. We will definitely talk about Hoop City at 11:30 with Terry Davis. 12 o'clock, me and D are going to break down some mad action, talk a little bit about the Super Bowl, and we got to talk some serious, crazy hoop stuff. You know I got some good wood for you. Bets at the end of the show. And in about, 5 minutes, we'll be talking with Jake Crane. We'll talk everything since, the Senior Bowl just happened. You got the big game this weekend. And we just got to talk about college hoops and everything in general. And don't forget, there was something real big that happened. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention. Luka is now a Los Angeles Laker. I'm sure this is the first time you've heard of that. LeBron James and Luka together. We'll see what happens going forward as the trade deadline gets closer and closer. There's a lot of action. Of course, Fox now Spur will break down a lot of the trades. Talk about what it means that they got rid of a Luka down in Dallas. Luka, man, missed out on a lot of cash. AD better go get him a ring since Dallas gave up their superstar. There's all kinds of things I want to touch on this. Everything from even talking about how I feel like the Dodgers may have influenced the Lakers' decision. And if you're going the Dodgers, John, what do they have to do with basketball? Well, I'm talking about money, man. Luka is an international superstar. And do you know who had more eyeballs on the World Series than even the good old US of A? That would be Japan. Watching a little Shohei. Did you know that the Dodgers made more money in advertising dollars with Japan than they did even LA businesses? Look around Dodger Stadium. I'm telling you, we're talking about billions. We also talk about how ratings, the traditional way, I've done this for a couple weeks now, talking about maybe we're missing something here because all I keep hearing about is the NBA, the ratings are down. Yeah, that's the regular TV ratings. I don't know if the future is going to be based on those necessary ratings when it comes to social media views and YouTube hits and the X. All the kids be watching the NBA just in a different way. Man, you bring Luka, international superstar, to Los Angeles. I'm sure that the buses are thinking about how many dollars they can bring into L.A. It could have something to do with it. It could have to do with just Anthony Davis and LeBron James ain't working. It's too, LeBron's 40 years old. You saw what he did in Madison Square Garden. Still, he's awesome. Can't believe he's doing what he's doing at 40. It's crazy. I mean, damn, playing at that level at 40, dude's body is in shape. Maybe they're hoping that Luka comes out there and he rubs a little bit off on him. I know the Dallas Mavericks were kind of getting a little agitated about him coming in about 260 pounds, having to get in shape. Maybe they're also looking at future, like he's very, very young, but damn, he is a doughboy. Doesn't take care of himself, drinks a lot. Necessarily carry himself like what you would consider a typical face of the franchise. And what I mean by that is, like, he's not Steph Curry. Like, Steph Curry doesn't do anything wrong. Steph Curry comes in shape. Steph Curry goes out there and is just a baller. He's the babyface baller. He's the assassin. And he carries himself very well. He comes into work every year on shape. Luke is just better than everybody, even when he a fat boy. Dude can have 12 Howard's Donuts or Gibson's and eat a pizza, drink a 12-pack, and still go out there and kick ass and ball when available. But, man, did he miss out on a whole lot of money, and we'll talk about that as well with TD and all kinds of people out there. I hope you joined the show today. Let me know what you're thinking out there in the world. We got to talk about where 11 ranked teams in the top 25 went down this weekend. It was such a wild weekend in basketball. I got so many. I did nothing but watch hoops. And you remember that thing where I went 14-1 when women's basketball? If they score 6 points more than the first quarter total, take the game under, I was on fire. That thing went real south for me this weekend. It was like 1-4, and then I jumped off of that as I was watching my money go down the drain. Now it's time to talk with the man, Jake Crane. I'm telling you right now, my man's show is ridiculous. If you haven't checked it out, I don't understand what you're doing. It's so easy to get. You can watch it when you want. It's not scheduled viewing. I like to schedule my viewing because it's perfect. I'm off the show. I'm chilling at the crib. But you can watch it whenever you want. They put everything out. It's Crane and Company. It is awesome. David Cone, Blaine Crane, and the man, Jake Crane himself, and he joins us now. What up, Jake?
What is up? What is up? Another Monday, getting back after it after just another elite weekend of college basketball.
It was crazy, man. We had 11 teams in the top 25 fall this weekend, and I just want to say, man, that Auburn Tigers basketball team, weird question, by the way, they right now, if you just think about it, they're 12-1 in quad win games. They got 7 ranked opponents left on the season out of their final 10 regular season games. Hell, if they lost the 7 games against the ranked teams, their record's so good, they'd still get into the damn tournament.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it's, especially you look at the year in the Southeastern Conference and just how, dominant this league has been, and to be able to get to the point where you're undefeated now and 5-0 on the road, I think it's just so incredibly impressive. At the end of the day, though, looking forward, I think we've gotten to the point now with Auburn and Alabama where, March is what matters the most. And all the regular season stuff is great, but March is what matters the most. I'm literally behind this semi-truck right now that pulled out in front of me, and it is the most ridiculous thing ever. So if I sound a little bit out there, that's why. But I just got by it due to my great driving skills. But no, man, I tell you, and again, I mean, you look at some of these scores and talking about Auburn, around the country, all the top teams are losing. It just seems like Auburn's been able to avoid it, and Ole Miss is a quality team. Chris Beard's a really good coach. The Pavilion was popping this weekend, but, when you're able to rebound like that and then the offense shows up and you hit, like Chris Beard said, if Auburn goes 14-28 from 3, you ain't beating them.
No, you're definitely not. And Johnny Broome just does what he does. And, again, that was a good Ole Miss team that they played on the road this weekend. They handled their business, scored 92 on them. Alabama held down the fort. But the Tennessee beatdown of Florida, wow.
Yeah.
You don't have their best defensive player. You don't have your offensive, Zakai Ziegler wasn't out there. You don't have your guy who out there is dishing dimes out. No problem. That defense just suffocated Florida.
No, I think it's the most impressive, win of the year for Tennessee. I mean, you brought up the guys that they didn't have, but look at the kind of stretch that they've gone on as well. I mean, they've been going through a murderer's row of games, and Florida dropped them by 30 at home, like it was nothing when they were at full strength. So Tennessee was going to make the NCAA tournament anyway, even if they lost this game. But I think from a confidence standpoint, and then maybe, when you never want guys to get hurt, especially your best players, but I think it may have shined a little light on maybe some things Tennessee needs to do, because as good as a defender as Ziegler is, when he's out of the game, they get a lot bigger. And I think there may be some stretches where they can give, Double Z a blow and not lose too much with the lineup that they had. But Lanier's obviously got to continue to shoot well.
Got to make those threes.
Yeah, and Meshack's got to give them something on offense. But Tennessee's talented, and they needed that. That was a big confidence booster for them.
And if they hit threes, they're so much better. I mean, when they still, dominated Florida, but only shot 27% for downtown, they got to hit a few threes. That's going to help them a lot. But the fact that, Walter Clayton Jr., I know he's a little banged up, but Tennessee's defense basically just had him flustered the whole time. That defense is absolutely suffocating. We'll see. You know how Rick Barnes is in the NCAA tournament, but they made some magic last year. See if he can complete it. But I just have to ask you this. Is Kentucky really – like I know what I saw when they went to Tennessee. I've seen Kentucky have some flashes of greatness. But Auburn just came out there and just like it was just man to man, and they were like, "Look, I'm fighting for my coach, and you guys look scared." I mean, Arkansas punched them in the freaking mouth, and they never recovered.
Well, that was the best game that Arkansas played by far. I don't know if they'll play another game easily as well as what they did, and that's without Boogie Flan. I know there's some people saying, "Oh, well, I think our."
He was talking about Boogie Flan, who's the baller shot caller who will be playing at the next
You know,
level.
they've got a couple big ones this week. They get Bama at home over the weekend, so we'll see if this was just a flash in the pan. But if you're Mark Pope, I mean, this is like getting beat up in front of your kids by your wife's ex-husband. It's this one's tough, man. Like it's you look at the Kentucky fans' reaction, and a lot of it with Mark Pope has been good. I mean, they beat Duke earlier in the year. You know, you mentioned what happened at Tennessee, but this is one that, I mean, Kentucky fans wanted bad. I mean, I thought they should have booed the man, and they did, but you didn't just lose. It wasn't like it was fluke. They just beat you up. They were just better pretty much in every aspect of the game. So, yeah, man, it's never good to get beat up, but, you know, when you get beat up in front of your kids, I mean, it's just tough to come back from that one.
Yeah, I talked to a few Arkansas fans this weekend who were, not happy going into that game. After the last couple dubs, feel a lot better. And after that Kentucky game, my God, they were calling the Hogs and acting a bunch of damn fools. You'd think they just won the whole tournament. But I didn't even know we were going to talk this much college basketball. I do want to talk a little more college, but I got to go to the Senior Bowl real quick and ask you about Jackson Dart. Seems like he's flying up the draft boards. He's looking pretty damn good. Hell, Dan Orlovsky, who says a lot of stuff, he's like, oh, he's a first-round dude. When you look at a very, very, very thin class, is this the guy who might sneak up at the back end of that first round and could be that surprise?
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the best stories of the Senior Bowl, and I like Jackson. I hope he does. I'm just still a little bit skeptical. I don't think
when it matters, throwing 3 interceptions like in the fourth quarter of Florida, yeah, like that scares me too.
Well, yeah, I don't know if he's just incredibly accurate, right? I think his arm's good enough, but I don't think his arm's elite. But I don't think he's incredibly accurate. And when you look at the way he ran, I mean, Lane Kiffin put him in a lot of quarterback design runs. And I know the SEC has huge players and NFL guys all over the field, but I don't think he's going to be able to run as effectively, not only through the quarterback design runs, but when the play breaks down. So when that happens, not that he can't get away, I just don't think it's going to be as effective. So if that's the case, you've got to be even more accurate, to a level that is borderline elite. And I just haven't seen that yet. We might see that. I hope he does. But you bring up the draft class, and it's not very heavy, right? This isn't nearly what it was last year, so it's a perfect time for him to get in. So he could move up. I mean, I would be shocked if he went past the mid-second with the way that it's going. And then you look at the weekend or the week that Jalen Milroe had, which wasn't great. Carson Beck decides to return to college. I mean, in a class that's not exactly loaded, I think Jackson Dart can come out, smelling a lot better than he would if the roles were reversed.
Yeah, I think it's actually the perfect year for him. Again, outside of Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders being at number 1 and 2. The third guy off the board, it's pretty confusing. There's some pros, there's a lot of cons. It's just up in the air. Again, I don't even know what Quinn Ewers. He's going to, I think, have to have a hell of an NFL combine to right now actually probably move past Jackson Dart. I feel like he's passed up even Jalen Milroe. Kind of wonder, do you think Kyle McCord might be Jackson Dart, Kyle McCord, who are kind of sneaking up, might be that third guy?
I think McCord's really sneaky. I think kind of, his style obviously translates to the NFL when the way he's kind of put together. I think he's really deadly accurate. There's only one game from last year where I can remember watching it. He just looked off. No, I think Kyle McCord's the guy that can make some moves. I mean, this quarterback from Canada supposedly is starting to move up some draft boards. I mean, he looks like, the guy who fought Rocky in the first Drago. But again, it's a great time to be a mid-tier quarterback to move up in this draft.
Got to also ask you about the NBA. Again, Crane and Company, they cover it all. Of course, the big news this weekend, Anthony Davis for Luka. What do you, when I first saw this, I was like, damn, I didn't think it was real. I thought somebody hacked Shams' account. I was like, man, yeah, right. But then when you listen to everything that kind of comes out, it makes a lot of sense. Would you want to give a Supermax contract to a dude who drinks, a lot of beers and eats donuts every day and comes in every year out of shape? Yeah, he's just better than you because he can, drink beer and come out there and kick your ass. But again, for a franchise to give up, $345 million he would have gotten, that would be kind of concerning for Dallas. I understand it from that aspect. Plus, I feel like Anthony Davis with that team, they got a bunch of big dudes. You get Lively back healthy. You get Davis back healthy. They could be nasty. For L.A., I look at it as almost maybe you got to think the buses are looking at L.A. and saying, damn, I can't believe how much money they made on Shohei. More people watched the World Series in Japan this last year than they did in the United States. The Dodgers made more in advertising dollars from Japan last year than they did even in L.A. in the United States. So do you think possibly the international, like the fact that he's young, he can, be the heir apparent to LeBron James, plus you have somebody that basically is seen all over the world, is that what also attracted the L.A. organization?
Well, look, as far as the first statement you made, if you're going to average 28 points a game, I don't care how many donuts and beers you drink. If the argument is that Luka's a liability from a health standpoint, I don't think getting Anthony Davis is a great way to go about it. That guy plays in a third of the game. He's always hurt, and he's in the back half of his career. It almost feels like this was set up by the NBA so people would talk about the NBA during the week of the Super Bowl, and really nobody else is talking about anything else in the NBA. As far as the trade goes, I don't know what the Mavericks are doing. So not only did you send Luka away, you sent him to the same conference you're in the Western Conference. If there was anything that would motivate Luka to, I don't know, maybe start doing more sit-ups and stop drinking as many Blue Moons, it's probably you shipping him off to a team that's in your same conference. And I don't think what you got back was worth what you gave up. I know there are a lot of Mavs fans that are basically like, I'm done. After this, I'm done. Because I get building a long-term strategy, but Luka should have been part of that long-term strategy. He's a guy that at the end of the day, there's not many that can be worth a max deal with their ability. Luka is that guy. If your organization isn't good enough to motivate your superstar player, maybe it's not just about him, and he does have faults. Maybe it's about you. So I get if you would have gotten more in return, or if you would have gone and shopped him around and tried to get somebody that's more available than Anthony Davis in the latter half of his career, but it just don't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I mean, right now, isn't he banged up?
Of course. Well, I mean, what's the day that ends in Y?
Man.
Yeah, he's banged up.
Now, sorry. Now, I also have to kind of wonder, did Dallas hate him because they just basically ganked over $100 million from him as well? Like, that was another, that's a thing that you kind of look at and like, damn, that organization must really not like him.
Well, look, again, we've seen signs of this. I mean, when you say that a player is a culture problem and you have, assistant GMs taking beers away from them after postseason wins, and we heard about the risk behind the scenes. Obviously, it wasn't a great marriage, but sometimes you got to work on it. I mean, me and my wife don't always get along. She snatched a couple beers out of my hands, but at the end of the day, we talk about it and we get through it because we need each other.
Man,
so obviously, it had gotten to a point that the Mavericks felt like they just couldn't move forward. But okay, if that's the point, then go out there and get something worth it. You don't just tell them you're going out for milk and never come back.
Oh, my gosh. I don't think anybody does it better than Jake Crane. Make sure you're watching his show. Follow him at Jake Crane _. That's at Jake Crane, CRAIN _ Crane and Company is the truth. You on the way down to New Orleans?
Man, I wish. We're going to live stream the Super Bowl actually this Sunday from Mission Cigar and Social. Those have been just absolutely going gangbusters numbers-wise. We drink beer and watch the game while you drink beer and watch the game, and we all talk about it.
And you do bets in live, which have been money,
we do live bets. My
money.
Brother won, yeah. My brother's been betting $5K a game and been hitting, and it's like in real time. And so people will go in there and be like, hey, I've got this amount of money on this, and so we all kind of root on each other's bets. So yeah, just go to YouTube. It's the easiest way to find us, Crain and Company, CRAIN. Got a lot to talk about today, obviously, with the Super Bowl, with some of the coordinator changes in college football, and obviously we got to talk a little bit about the NBA as much as it sucks.
Yeah, that's true. But, man, one last question, because I do want to get just your opinion on the big game. But what do you think about Chip Kelly joining the Raiders?
Well, good for him. I mean, I see some people that are panicking about Ohio State, yet you forget they still have really good players. Like, that's what it's about.
Yeah, I know. There's so many offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators that would just be like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to go play.
Yeah, well, I continue to say the two most important people involved with Ohio State football right now is the bus driver and the pilot.
Yeah, definitely the pilot with all the stuff going on right now.
And the chef, the guy who's in charge of the food. I'll add that one in there.
I like it now. Last but not least, you got a feel for the game yet, or are you still on the fence?
Man, I'm picking the Chiefs. I mean, again, I've just seen this movie so many times. It's like Fast and the Furious. At some point, it's going to be looking bad, and then Vin Diesel's going to talk about family, and the cops won't catch him, and it'll all be great.
He is Jake Crain from Crain & Company, the #1 show going. Tell them what you got coming down the pipe and where they can find you.
Bro, we got everything. You need to tap in. We're going live 2 p.m. Central today. Again, you can find us on YouTube, Roku, Apple Podcasts, Spotify at CRAINN Company. Got a ton to talk about. We're going to try and fit it all in the show today, but look forward to hearing from y'all.
Man, be blessed, Jake. Thanks for your time.
All right, buddy. You too.
That's my homie, Jake, man. Behind the 18-wheeler, still coming with all the hot takes. Have it your damn. That's like, I love that. That's like getting your ass kicked by your ex-wife's new husband. That was a good one. And I don't even remember what he was talking about. But it's sure. That was Mark Pope in Kentucky. I just couldn't stop thinking about that. I was like, damn, that is a good point. Darian, what up, man? How's life?
Oh, I am ecstatic this morning.
Why are you ecstatic?
Luka. I just so happen to fancy myself as a West Coast sports lover.
Are you a Faker fan?
Oh, come on, don't do this.
You are a Faker fan.
Absolutely. Come on, man.
Man,
I love my Niners. I love my Niners. I love my Lakers,
Well, dude, that's San Fran.
I know.
Oh, so you like the San Francisco 49ers, not the Los
Absolutely.
Angeles Ram and the Los Angeles
I
Lakers,
don't do
not
the
the
Rams.
Clippers?
No, of course not. Never second fiddle. Those are second-tier teams, John. And don't worry about the $69 million that Luka won't make up. He'll make up for it in endorsements. See Shohei.
That was something I haven't heard anybody talk about. And I think a lot of that, again, if I'm the buses, I think that's one of the things that had to attract me big time was, damn, did you see? They gave $1 billion to Shohei Ohtani, didn't even blink an eye because they already made that $1 billion back.
Yes, sir.
In advertising last year from, damn, like I'm thinking to myself, that was a
and
smart
shout out to
play.
Crain. There was Jake. He was awesome on it. There was a horrible trade from the Mavericks end, like horrible. Especially when you turn around the next day, De'Aaron Fox receives 4 first-round picks
to go to the Spurs.
It's like, what are you getting back?
Freaking crazy.
Mavs fans, I do not. I just. It's almost like if we gave Ja away.
You know what's the craziest part about this?
What you got?
Like now, Anthony Davis. If you're the Dallas Mavericks, think about this. They trade away the future to bring you in. Your ass better not get injured, and you better get a chip if you trade away Luka.
Yep.
Like the pressure is on for now you to be the alpha. When you were down in New Orleans and you were the alpha, the Pelicans sucked. Not that you had a great talent around you, but it's true.
You remember that shirt he had on? That's all, folks. The last day when he walked out, and his nickname is Old Street Clothes.
I do have to say though, he didn't have a Kyrie though.
And he has Flat Earth Man with him. This is about to be hilarious. Mavericks fans should be furious this morning. Absolutely.
If healthy though, and you look at this Mavs team, if they are healthy, they do have a lot of bigs who can do a whole hell of a lot of things that would put a lot of pressure on a lot of teams in a different way. Plus, you got Kyrie playing at Kyrie playing at. Damn, possibly.
He's back. He's back.
He's playing as good as he ever played in the league.
Yeah, but it's something about losing a Hall of Fame shot maker, John. It's something about it.
Really? Do they not like? I thought everybody in Dallas liked beer.
And to speak about that, think about it. The man is Slovenian. He didn't grow up seeing guys with six packs and wanting to be Olympians. They were herding sheep in 12-foot snow and all. They just so happened to pick up a basketball. See him and Jokic. Like, he's not going to be chiseled. He'll never be LeBron body type or whatnot. But what he is a Hall of Fame shot maker. You got to accept him for him.
He did say that he spent $1 million his year every single year on his body too.
And that's going to affect. I think so.
No,
not
that's
like
LeBron.
That's LeBron.
No, that's LeBron. I'm saying Lucas said he spent $1 million on beer and alcohol, booze, and partying every year. That's his slush fund, and that's how he stays healthy.
I'm pretty sure.
Dude buys up more Tito's than anybody. Did you know that? Yeah,
it's a party.
That's one thing I can say. My man Luka, when he was down in Dallas, I think the reason he's so upset is not just all the money he bought. He was good buddies with Tito Beverage. That he bought more Tito's than anybody in the country, and I don't blame him because it's the best vodka in the world. It's crafted and distilled in the United States, down in Austin, Texas, 6 times distilled before it's distilled in classic copper pots, small batches, unique style. That's why it's got a unique flavor. Slightly sweet with a black pepper note. It balances everything out. You can be crafting a cocktail, making you a little martini. Or you can drink it neat. Or you can make a little vodka cranberry. You know what, man? It's like a nice day. It feels like spring. I could do a vodka cranberry right now. In the afternoon, kind of get you into that little spring feel. I'm telling you right now, when you want a spirit, the only spirit to get when you go to your local watering hole or the liquor store is the best one around, and that's Tito's handmade vodka. Terry Davis on the other side, Grizzlies. Grizzlies. You know how much I was, hey, do you remember a week ago when I was going off?
About them?
On the Grizzlies.
Yeah. You take it all back.
You know, I told y'all know, could you imagine like being Chaz, the emotional roller coaster that woman must be on? One week I love her, next week I hate her. I always love you, boo. Yeah. But man, I was so mad at the Grizzlies and I was so happy with the Tigers. I'm kind of a little bit mid-grade on this Tiger thing. That Rice game was infuriating. I mean, finishing the first half with 2 turnovers right there at the end of the half. Like, just dumb, stupid stuff. But they did hold on and get the W.
You know what matters about that, John. Don't let them off the hook. Good teams win, great teams cover. Again, they did not.
Again. They've only covered.
That 10.5 made me scratch.
They've only got 2 covers all season.
And that 10.5 made me scratch. I have a plan for them. When they're on the road, I fade them every time. I don't care.
Hey man, I like it. If it's making money, gotta make that money, man.
Got a little $1.50 out there, you know.
But man, so you think Kyrie, Clay, PJ, Lively, Anthony Davis, Gadford, I can't think of anybody else on that damn team.
Sounds like a great rising all-stars team. Like that's a second round. If they crescendo, Western Conference Finals, but don't expect more than that. And that's in all honesty. No one on that team will lead them to a championship. Old street clothes won't, and flat earth guy won't either. Clay is done. Clay will hit you 3 or 4 threes in a game. You know how it goes, John. It looks pretty on paper.
That's my big homie right there, Darian Newsome. We just talked with Jake Crane. We talked a little bit. We haven't even touched on the Super Bowl because we got to talk Tigers and Grizzlies on the other side. And again, the Grizzlies, I was telling you how much I fell in love with them. Man, I'm telling you, honestly, I had so much fun watching that Bucks game last night. I was Desmond Bain running the point when Ja's out, getting up and down. They get up and down so fast. They have the fastest pace in the NBA. They got a top 10 offense, top 10 defense. Now they beat the Bucks now 8 games in a row. Luke Kennard is shooting 50% almost from 3 on the season. Is he leading the league in
He is. He's number 1. Yep. He went from 2 to 1.
I thought he'd have to be. I was like, dude, winning the game, shooting 49%. I think he just now got to 50. My man is making hoops. Scottie Pippen Jr. hustling down the stretch. Tripp making threes.
Sounds like you're back on board, John. You're happy. Sounds like you're back on board.
I don't know, man. I got me a little fever. And it's the Grizzlies right now. Terry Davis to talk about it. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Take your basketball skills to the next level at Shoot 360 Memphis. Shoot 360 is a revolutionary basketball training facility that combines cutting-edge technology with gamification and provides instant objective feedback, hands-on, one-on-one expert coaching. And now, introducing Shoot 360 for you, a newly renovated 50,000 square foot facility with 2 NBA regulation-size courts, 3 high school-size courts, and 4 shooting bays with Shoot 360 technology. Memberships are now on a monthly basis. And 360 Memphis now. Cordova and Conner will hold them today at 901-779-3176. That's 901-779-3176. The future of basketball trading is here. Shoot 360 Memphis.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch garden videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. Offer valid for 4/15/25 taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase a single line global limited plan or higher. For network minutes and practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Little Rock, Cleveland, Mississippi, and now open in Horn Lake at 2356 West Goodman Road. Specializing in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds, Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects, call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday. The weather is beautiful. You got to feel good because the Grizzlies beat up Milwaukee last night. They beat the Bucks in Milwaukee. It was nice, man. It was nice. That fourth quarter, they owned them. Defense was suffocating, and just all the pieces were coming together. And got to give a lot of props right now to this Grizzlies team. I am on board. They look good. Let's go. We were going to talk Grizzlies and Tigers with Terry Davis, who's getting ready to join us. But right before I get to that, we'll talk about it in a little bit. Me and Darren Newsom were talking about it. And I don't know why nobody has seen this. Everything is just about Luka and AD. Well, I think a lot of it has to do with basically money. One, Dallas didn't want to give $345 million guaranteed to Luka. They don't trust his body. They know him better than anybody. That's just my feel. He was going to be eligible for the super max, the super duper 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 max. Hell a lot of cash. $45 million? $345 million. They're like, no. It's about money. Look at LA. The Buses, who are kind of broke for basically NBA owners, technically. I don't know if you know that they're kind of like they're one of the more poverty-stricken 1%. Like realistically, I know they got buku cash, but they kind of broke for an NBA billionaires, billionaire clubhouse. And they look over at LA, and they're like, "Damn, the Dodgers stole Shohei Ohtani from the Angels because they didn't know how to use him. They also went over and got their best pitcher in Japan and Yamamoto. They also have Roki Sakaki. That's 3 players from Japan, Japan-born players that are playing in the Dodgers organization. The Dodgers made more money in business dealings with the country of Japan than they did with LA or the United States. That billion they gave Shohei, they made it back last year. This is a whole country we're talking about. A whole country. More people in Japan watch the World Series than the people in the United States. Did you know that? How crazy is that? The whole damn country was up at 7 o'clock in the morning watching the Dodgers. And they were like, wow, look at all the money that they're pouring in. You get somebody who's international. You get a whole country behind you like LA's about to do. They're thinking, man, we about to make some bank. I don't think as much as a actual X's and O's NBA decision as the Dallas Mavericks were saying to myself, I'm sick of Luke. I don't want to give him $345 million guaranteed. And LA's like, oh, I want him. We're going to make billions off the back of Luka, baby. Y'all let me know what you think of the Sissy Log Cabin text and listener line. Life is too short for ordinary jewelry. 901-360-8255. Terry Davis, the Care Bear stare is here. And, man, I don't think anybody needs your Care Bear love today. I think they just need you to be normal, man. What up, TD?
Man, what is up, my brother?
Your normal is the Care Bear stare, though. You've never had a bad day.
I never have.
And not at least when I've been around. I guess it could be me. It could be me. How the effect I have on you. But man, Terry, wild weekend in sports. You had 11 teams in the top 25 in college basketball lose this weekend. Tigers survived against Rice. Grizzlies pulled out the pimp hand. They said, "What did the faux fathers say to the face?" Slap. Man, they put it on Milwaukee. That's their 8th straight. You have the Luka, the AD trade. All kinds of craziness going on. What was it that just really stuck out for you? Because we haven't even mentioned the big game this week in the Super Bowl because we're kind of busy with all the basketball news.
The local trade. At first, I thought, when I looked at the trade to like at 12 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, I said, oh, that must be fake news, man. Then I started looking at it, and it got from fake to wow. Why did they do that then? The bottom line is it's always about money.
It is about money, baby. I guess you must have heard me going on a little money. Everything's about money.
That and you know what? They did Luka wrong because in the past, what teams would do, they would sign their people to the Supermax and then trade them off.
Yep.
But they said no.
Nah, screw you. That's what I was saying. It's about money, and also there's a little animosity there. Has to be.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, because he lost $100 million by getting traded.
I know. I was saying that. I was like, dude, you have to hate somebody to steal $100 million from them.
Right, $100 million.
Somebody would have, if you signed him to the Supermax and you traded him away, it would have happened.
Right, they still would. If you had signed him to Supermax, the Lakers still would have took him.
Yeah, they don't like him, and the buses are very, very gracious.
John, let me ask TD something. Terry,
Go
this is
ahead.
the question. If that sign and trade would have happened, wouldn't Dallas have had to put that $345 in escrow, though?
No.
They would not have.
No.
Okay.
Because, in the NBA, all contracts are guaranteed.
Correct.
So there's no escrow. They just do what they do. They just pay them when they pay them because all of them. It's not like they're improper league or nothing like that. Everybody got the money, so they just do it. Just like when Jaren gets this money this summer, they're not gonna put that money in escrow. He gonna get between $250 and $350. It depends on if he make one of the first 3 teams, which he probably will make this year. So Jaren probably get that extra $100 million this year.
All right. I don't know if you heard me in the first segment. Probably not because you're a busy, busy man. You know how I think was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago that the sky was falling and the Grizzlies sucked?
Oh, yeah, for you it was. I told you, it's just one of 82. Remember when they got beat down up in New York?
Oh, yeah. It was after the New York game. I'm like, you don't show up to show out in front of Madison Square Garden. You're so soft. You're so flaccid. I was freaking out. Said they were going to go 3-9 their next 12.
Yeah, one of 82 because they just tend to have those games. Because, I even thought that they would whoop the Milwaukee. Milwaukee going to beat them. And they showed me something. Gigi played one of his better defensive games. He stuffed Giannis. Giannis had a good game, but Jaren Jackson Jr., people don't want to admit it, but this is really his team.
I hate to say it. He was better than Giannis. He was better than anybody, and this is the first year
he's better than Ja this year.
He's been better than Ja. I mean, he went 37 points last night. He hit 7 damn threes. I think it was, 13 shots? He was down low blocking shots. And don't forget, he took an elbow to the face, and I think it was early in the second quarter.
I thought he was gone.
Blood coming down. I thought he broke his nose, man. I was like, damn it, man. We've all been dealing with this with Zach.
I was going to cancel my trip to San Francisco if he didn't go.
I don't blame you, man. But Tripp's been playing out of his freaking mind. And, hell, he looked better than Giannis. He can make a three-pointer. Giannis did hit one last night. But, he just doesn't have that stroke. Giannis is awesome. I'm not saying anything. I'd never in a million years would have thought I would be putting him in that same class. Welcome, NBA. He is a legit all-star.
And what makes it so bad about it, he does it with no drama, no flash, no dash. I just show up and do he has that blue collar mentality. Even though the city of Memphis really hadn't embrace him, like the Tony Allens and the Zebo. But he does it.
Well, because
every
little
time.
Tony Allen and little Zebo are a little more Memphis. Let's be real.
Yeah, they more south, north Memphis. He's more like
Yup.
Kari.
He's more definitely in Carville or Germantown.
But we still love him, though.
Hell yeah, we still love it. I'll tell you right now, if you're paying attention to basketball, he's the best player on the Grizzlies, and he's just been kicking ass. And Jalen Wells continues to impress me. He doesn't have to have the ball and score.
Miller give him all that praise?
Yes,
by his
I did.
defense?
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. Still was last night. This dude is up in your shorts, bro.
Yes. For the second game in a row, he shut down Dame Dollar.
I mean, it's crazy to me. Oh yeah, Dame was not having any of it last night. Dame was
Nope.
he was not productive, and that's one of the reasons the Grizzlies won 132 to 119. This third quarter, it wasn't looking Gucci. I'll tell you one thing: the Bucks were
Ooh, it
scoring.
wasn't looking good. No, it wasn't.
Man, but Dan, the fourth quarter, they tightened up that defense, and they were straight up awesome. And the hustle from Scottie Pippen Jr. That stuff was impressive, and I don't know, man. Just also like Luke Kennard, like this dude. Like every time he pulls up, if it doesn't go in, I'm shocked.
Yes. And he's playing point guard. See, the one thing I hate about when John's out, that means Luke has to go to point, and that takes Luke out his natural position of shooting guard. But he still managed to get in the groove because the team is so loaded and this offense is so open. And if they don't, it sounds like a broken record with the Memphis Tiger basketball team. If they don't turn the ball over, they can win almost any game.
And Desmond Bain, is he the most unheralded superstar in basketball? Because
17
every
points
single
in the second
night.
quarter, in the second half, and it didn't. And I looked at the score sheet and said, "Oh, Desmond had a bad game." Then looked down at the score sheet, 22. I said, "When did Desmond score 22?"
I mean,
It's just amazing. And this team is fun to watch. A lot of people say the NBA is boring to watch. If you watch this Memphis Grizzlies team and don't feel like they playing inside, outside, old school type basketball, then you really don't know about basketball.
also their pace. I mean, the other night, it was just right off the jump. The Bucks hit a big three, and all of a sudden, it was 4 seconds later, Bain was all the way down the court and hitting a layup. Like,
Yes.
you better get your ass back because they're going to push it.
Right, yeah, make a miss. They gon' push, man, and it's all about up and down because you will miss something because this team showed just like the last two games after they beat Houston last week on Friday, whenever that game was.
That was a great
Jaren
game.
showed that emotion, and then did you see Santi when he was balanced on a loose ball and the ball went out of bounds and he showed some emotion? Santi never shows emotion.
Mm-hmm. Santi also is one of he'll hit that three. Santi can play. He's really smooth, and then all of a sudden he'll have to make an athletic move, and he looks like a baby deer.
Exactly.
So it's
And
wild.
they got to pay him next year too.
Yeah, that is true. That is a good point. That is a very, very good point. But man, up next is the Spurs, bro, and that's tonight, isn't it?
That's tonight. Tonight.
Like
Monday Night Raps is tonight.
Night. So are they going to see Aaron Gordon?
Nope.
Sweet.
Yeah, they got to go through the approval process and stuff like that. NBA don't work that fast. Probably if they play Tuesday, we probably would see them. But since it happened over the weekend, they got to finalize the trade, so probably not tonight.
They at the crib tonight?
Who at the crib?
Man.
Memphis at the crib, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Memphis tonight, Tigers Wednesday, and you get those dreaded Oklahoma City Thunder on Saturday.
Yeah, that is true. They are dreaded. Memphis has got to be favored a lot over the Spurs then.
Memphis is a better basketball team than the Spurs. It will probably be more. The over under probably be about 249, which is going to be tough to make. But Memphis has been hitting that over a lot lately.
Dude, no joke.
And they're probably favored by no more than about 4 or 5.
Yeah, they hit that over last night as well.
Yeah, Memphis. Like I keep telling you, man, it's 2 safe bets. Jaren Jackson plus 20, Memphis plus over.
It's been hitting like a bad man. Now, I also have to know, man, we going to see Ja tonight?
Because we didn't see him up there tonight, the chances will improve. Well, it'll be greater that he does. But truthfully,
Do you think you'll see Ja tonight and no Dez tonight?
No, there's a play. They're actually playing more freer without Ja being out there. I hate to say it.
I mean, Desmond Bain, when he's got the ball in his hands as fast as he's getting up and finding everybody. And
Yeah.
plus, if they back up on him, he's going to pull up in that mid-range, pull up and just stroke it from 10, 15 feet. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I hope if we don't see Ja tonight, and I think if we don't see Ja tonight, the injuries is serious, more serious than they're letting on, and they just not letting us know because
Shocker.
right, and they will. I hate to say it, the Memphis Grizzlies will lie to you. When it comes to injury report, because how long has Vince Williams been out, and how long has Marcus been out, and they've been week to week for the last 2 months.
That is true. That is true. But that is the Memphis front office, man. They do it the way they do. Man, the Grizzlies team on the court right now kicking a little bit of ass, appreciating everything that they're giving us. And go Grizzlies, go. I'm back on the bandwagon. In fact, right now I love the Grizzlies.
Should never
more.
got it off, John.
Hey, like when you hit me hard in my pocketbook and you embarrassed the city
What
on television.
What I keep telling you about betting on Memphis teams. Don't bet on Memphis teams. Bet on everybody but Memphis teams.
I know. I usually do, but I got trapped. It was a trap. I fell right in it.
Don't do it, baby.
But right
That's
now,
how
hey,
they
man, back in second over in the West, looking really good. But damn it, dude, I can't believe how much time I spent on this. I got to talk to you about the Tigers, bro.
Yep.
All right, so what was that?
P.J. Carter.
Yeah, I think you going with positives.
P.J. Carter.
P.J. Carter.
Memphis is back number one in three-point percentages. Memphis has moved up to the fourth spot in a lot of spots. So all y'all people with the net looking at analytics, you need to drop that. And
Don't even look at it because it'll
don't
agitate
make sense
you.
because y'all don't know what you're looking at. Y'all just quad one, quad two. Look, only thing you look at is the projections because it's February now, it's Black History Month, so we can look up the projections now, the bracketology for the next 4 or 5 weeks.
That's why it always comes out in February. Is that right?
That's what.
That's right,
That's what it counts.
Got to give the people what they want, and they want to see what bracketology. And I will tell you, from Palm to Lenardi and all the other bracketology people out there, everybody is watching and watching and watching. I'm kind of curious. How are you feeling about where the Grizzlies are projected?
The Grizzlies or the Tigers?
I meant the Tigers. Damn it, man! I've been eating a lot of Grizzlies pie all morning.
You know what, man? From a selfish point, as long as they don't go out west, I'm good because that just hurt my travel. It's just hard to get out west. Anywhere but out west, I don't care where they go. As long as they're a top 6 seed, I like their chances to make the second weekend.
What did you think about their play? I mean, I just thought it was sloppy. The 2 turnovers before the end of the first half.
No. Dante Harris, he came in, played 9 minutes, gave 4 turnovers. They just made some stupid passes. Like Penny said at halftime, they was in a hurry for no reason. It's one thing to play fast, but you got to play fast with a purpose. And they were just doing stupid stuff. That if they had 6 less turnovers, they would have won that game by 20 points.
Well, I thought that there was a few times where I thought they were going to start running out, taking control of the damn game, but of course, then the Tigers would go on a bunch of things where they'd foul somebody, turn the ball over, a bunch of dumb stuff, and then next thing you know, somebody for Rice who doesn't look that good would make a big shot, and they were. By the way, you got to give credit. Rice was making threes.
Yes, everybody makes threes against Memphis. It's like. When you ain't got nothing to lose, and you just playing free, and you just got
letting it fly,
right? And that's how most teams play for Memphis. Because if we beat Memphis, we make Sports Center. If we don't, hey, we weren't supposed to win no way.
Something I thought though that was really for me, I paid a lot of attention. I thought it might have been a mistake how early Penny pulled back Danger, but he went through 8 minutes with 4 fouls and didn't foul out.
11.
I'm sorry. It was even more than I thought. I'm like, damn, man. The dude's he played when he made some stupid fouls, and then all of a sudden, my man's game tightened up.
Yeah, that's the second time he's done that. He had 4 fouls early in the year in a big game. He came back and had 15 points after he picked up his 4th foul. But he just got to stop reaching. He got to stop doing dumb stuff. As well as he's played those last 2 games, and he's making himself some money because scouts are beginning to look at him because he can really pass the ball very, very well. He has quick feet, but he has got to stop making unwise decisions.
Yeah, and then Musa Cisse, I don't even know what the hell to say about that.
Musa is who Musa is. We know what Musa can do. Musa is a rim protector with bad hands, and he's great with the putbacks. So and
When he
he's gonna
gets switched
do some
on
stuff.
and he goes out of the paint, you know he's going to pick up a foul. The minute
Yeah.
they get a guard on him, he knows he's going to tap that butt.
Yes.
Drives
And
you
because
crazy.
it's unorthodox for a big man out there guard. But when he's in the paint, because they already gonna call him over the back a lot of times because he thinks he's invincible. But he just needs to stay in the paint and rebound and protect the rim and stop people from attacking the rim and go from there.
And then last but not least, you started off with P.J. Carter. I did want to go back to him because, again, he's been coming along slowly and getting better every single game. What do you expect going forward for him? He played 25 minutes, hit 5 trays. He was hooping.
One thing about Penny, he knows talent. And, I don't expect this every game from PJ because the talent the roster is just so deep. I think they just take their time. One thing about this roster compared to last year's roster, they don't stat chase and they're not jealous of another person. You got to watch out for Hunter every now and then because Hunter will, start launching it, to get his some stuff occasionally. But other than that, they pretty much do like one another and they don't care just as long as they're winning because you got to realize a lot of these kids have not made a deep run in the playoff, into the tournament. A lot of these kids have not been to the tournament, so they want to go to the tournament and make a good run. P.J. Carter, he was at a school where he knew he wasn't going to the tournament, so he said, let me go to Memphis and try to make the tournament.
Well, hopefully everybody goes far in the tournament. Tigers, Grizzlies looking good. It's been a nice Monday so far. Thank you, Terry, for your time. Are there any wise parting words for us?
Man, just stay straight. Stay sober.
Stay straight.
And in Memphis, who's going down to New Orleans, y'all have a good time and be safe down there because a lot of people going down to New Orleans. They might be going to the game, but they're going to the Super Bowl.
And
you know what I mean?
Who's your winner?
I really think Philly is the better team, but with Kansas City and their refs, I'm not putting the money against them.
My man said he likes Philly, but he said Kansas City's going to win, and he blamed it on the refs. Terry, you were terrible, and I love you.
Talk to you later.
That's my homie, Terry Davis. Follow him at TerryD515 and read his work at the new Tri-State Defender. I'm late for a break, man. It's Combine.
No, you're not. You're all good.
I'm
Took care
Gucci.
of it. Took care of
Ah,
it.
man.
Whenever you get ready, go for
Man,
it.
go ahead and fire up that music then for me. We about to part. Whoa, bring it down a little bit. Yeah, there
You told me to hit. I should have got it
I know,
ready
my
first,
bad,
but
my
you
bad.
teed me up.
Yeah, I did. I love me a little Floyd, though. I like a little Floyd, but right now Grizzlies are balling, taking care of business. They're back in action tonight at the Grindhouse playing the Spurs. The line right now is 4.5. Am I smoking something?
No, I don't think so. Not right now.
Dude, I mean, I'm not right now, but, am I high? I know it's a back-to-back. I know the effort that the Grizzlies put out against the Milwaukee Bucks. And I know Wemby's, tall. And I know he's really damn good, honestly. But damn, Memphis is only a 4.5-point favorite? Really? 20-5 at home? Money line's not that. Do you just go money line and pound it big? Terry Davis
that
just
over.
told me not to bet.
And that over, though.
Man, dude, that over is 250? Damn it, what was it? I just had it. Son of a... Just kidding. Son of a gun. Son of a gun, Jolly Wilkers. What is it that Dennis the Menace used to say? Oh, golly Wilkers, Mr. G or something, or Mr.
Mr. Wilson, man.
I don't know.
Well, you take those trips down memory lane. You just
And you notice my memories are fragmented? Dude, they said ayahuasca was good for you. Watch, Aaron Rodgers is not going to be able to do interviews here coming soon. I'm kidding. I didn't do no ayahuasca. If you got it, let me know. 90137. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Kind of. If you see me out on the street, say what's up. We got Grizzlies, San Antonio tonight. We haven't even touched on the big game, the Super Bowl, the Eagles and the Chiefs. We talked about the Tigers' big dub. Giannis got smoked last night. Trips the truth. Man, I'm telling you right now, Jaren Jackson Jr. playing a better game of ball than old man Giannis. His game is smooth. Hit 7 threes last night, blocking shots, taking punches to the face. What up, Trip? Man, don't touch the dial. We busy on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, weather for April showers. Gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. Offer valid before 15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line global limited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is real. So tackle the toughest jobs with a 2025 Honda Ranger 700. This running side-by-side with powered engine, ready with reliable torque, towing, and smooth shifting through trails, and adjustable through 3 trims, standard, plus, on the Trim Timber First Edition. Ultimate Animals Adventures. See the 2025 Honda Ranger 700 today at Casino Honda, 5637 Road,
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 912715199.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about everything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its community and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, mainly 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Elwood Shack in the Lowe's parking lot on Summer just keeps getting bigger and better. Bigger because now there's a second Elwood Shack at 4040 Parker Plus at the University of Memphis. And better because you can get breakfast every day at both Elwoods. There's the barbecue breakfast burrito, either beef brisket or pork shoulder, and pancake biscuits made fresh daily. Real house-made pancakes, apple and bacon, French toast, and more. And the new Elwood Vegan at the Real Coffee Bar serving fresh roasted J. Brooks coffee. Elwood Shack, now with 2 locations and open every day for you. 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10.
That was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 at 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a beautiful Monday. It's Super Bowl week, man. Chiefs, Eagles. By the way, Chiefs are a 1.5 point favorite currently. This game is so hard to pick. I mean, how do you not go with the Chiefs?
It's very easy, John.
You just go with the Chiefs? And
No. You go everything Eagles. You know that.
No, I don't. No, I do not. No, I do not. I watched it against your San Francisco 49ers.
And Terry D said we've seen this movie before.
Hey, man. Hey, Pat Mahomes down by 10, fourth quarter, San Francisco. They go win the game. Went to the Super Bowl. Do you remember when they played the Eagles?
Yeah, they didn't have Saquon, good sir. That's the big difference.
Yeah, they didn't have Saquon. Yeah, that's great. That's true. I mean, that is a good point. That is a good point. But
I got a good bet for you, though. One quick one. You want it?
Give it to me.
I got a measly $5 down that will win me $400 if both teams score 1 rushing and 1 passing touchdown in each half. Just one. So I need Saquon to run one in, Hurst to throw one.
I thought you said each team.
Yeah, each team. Both teams. Yep. And then you get Mahomes to throw one, and then Mahomes to possibly run one in. I'm thinking it's a high-scoring game. I got that from you. You were like, this is going to be a high-scoring game. And I was like, hey, what if they put up some mad points in each half? So just 1 touchdown, 1 rushing.
And the comeback is how much?
$5 to get me $400.
I like that.
If each team scores 1 passing, 1 rushing. So obviously that's 8 touchdowns in a game, but you know.
It's only, I mean,
yeah, 4 half.
That's only 40 points.
Yeah, 4 half. Yeah, it could happen.
I mean, I know. You got to know what the total is, right?
Yeah, I got it's 49.5. I took it at 49.5. I got an over on that. I got
Yeah.
a separate bet on that one.
Thought at 9.5. By the way, there's also some stuff we'll talk about later. I just kind of glanced at it. I probably shouldn't even have brought it up, but they said something about if you wear, if you're in the white colored jerseys, you win a hell of a lot more. Did you see that? Or like it was just kind of one of those damn things on the like ESPN bet or something I was looking at. I put it in my pocket. I'm gonna go back and look at it.
That would be the road team because in the NFL, the road team wears the white jersey.
And this year, the road team would be the Chiefs, technically, because I don't know how they determine it, but the Eagles are the home team. So that means the Chiefs are going to be in the white, and the Eagles are going to be in their dark colors. You can look it up while I'm actually pivot back to a little bit of basketball. We've been talking about the Luka deal, and I've been talking about the money side of it and all that good stuff. And we kind of been breaking it down just a little bit. But I wanted to weigh in and ask your opinion on the De'Aaron Fox teaming up with Victor Wembanyama. Both young, both ballers. Is this something that you think in a few years Spurs will be back?
Yes, pays big dividends. They are one player away from being ready.
Damn.
One player away. And it may or may not be Castle, but he's young. You don't bank on him right now.
So you're thinking maybe like the future.
Yeah,
you got to look at, of course, if we're looking a little bit futuresque, of course you have to look at the Houston Rockets. You got to look at that young team they got in Oklahoma City. You got a real young team in San Antonio. The old team's getting really, really old.
The young Bucks are coming.
Yeah, they are.
Milwaukee Bucks not, but hey, we saw them last night.
That was sweet, man. That was awesome by the Grizzlies what they took care of, but that was ridiculous. Looking over in the West though, they reloaded, man. This year is going to be a hell of a playoff run.
I'm with you on the Fox and Wemby thing. That's going to be dynamic.
I mean, I really am thinking to myself, damn, man, Spurs kind of set them up. And how crazy is it when you look at the De'Aaron Fox deal and the San Antonio Spurs and the Sacramento Kings and everything that was exchanged, the first round picks, all that. And that was De'Aaron Fox. And you got Luka
Yes.
and AD basically on a wash with a throw-in.
Max Christie.
Yeah, like again, throwing not Doug Christie,
Not
Max
Doug.
Christie, not Doug.
Not Doug.
Doug be clowning, by the way. You know that, right?
Does he still talk to his wife after every
I was going to
play?
say she put out every single person. Did you see that? How vicious she was,
I've never been a fan of hers.
dude. She's cold-blooded, man. Putting out the names and the social media accounts of all of the girls that she thinks he's cheated with.
That wasn't him. That was Matt Barnes.
Oh, that was Matt Barnes.
Oh, that man put a whole jacket on Doug Christie.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that was
Sorry,
Matt Barnes.
Doug. Well, Doug Christie's wife be rude as hell,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I think she be like beating on him or
Like beat him up.
But yeah, that was Matt Barnes.
Damn, Barnes.
Our former Grizz, Matt Barnes.
Damn, I didn't know Matt had it like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, pretty boy West Coast. Hey,
Yeah, he was. He is a West Coast kid.
he's a West Coast kid, man.
Was
So-
it UCLA?
Yes, sir.
Damn, Matt, your wife put out every single girl.
He must have done something extra because stuff
By
like
the way,
that
and I
happens.
keep calling her his wife. That is so disrespectful.
Isn't she his wife?
No, it's his fiance. So
Oh,
I
I
ain't
thought it was
gonna
his
lie
wife.
to you. It ain't like he broke any damn vow.
Oh,
right?
well,
He ain't
that's-
consummated
yeah.
that joint. Damn it, Chaz, if you listening, I promise I ain't doing nothing. I don't believe that. That was a lie. I'm just kidding. But if you come to the sacred truth, it is true. It ain't like he broke. You know what? Sometimes, have you ever seen you ever heard of a bachelorette party? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And by the way, don't be acting like bachelorettes ain't out there doing all kinds
All
of
in
terrible
Nashville.
things. Why you think every single man goes to Nashville every weekend? Because you got a good chance to get lucky, and it ain't just the bridesmaids.
The girls do it too.
Just
John.
keeping it real.
They do bachelorette parties big in Nashville.
Well, no,
man.
it's the bachelorette party hub of
Capital.
the world. Like you got more damn bachelorette parties. No wonder all them country music stars are up in Nashville, carrying around their guitars, pull it out and be like, strum a couple strings, and then next thing you know, the strings of the straps fall off and it's on. Damn, I wish I could play guitar, sing. I'd be in Nashville. Damn. Right now, if you got a good voice and you can play guitar, if you're a young kid, get a guitar in your hand right now, strum that joint. There is nothing. And by the way, if you're good with your fingers like that, let me just tell you something. Yeah, I think that's why guitar players are like kind of picked up. Ladies are watching how it works his fingers, going, "Oh my God, look at him strum them strings,
Hitting those chords.
hitting all the right notes and all the right chords. Holy moly!" What was I talking about? Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl. Well, initially.
No, I was initially. I was trying to get over a little bit of NBA action before I jumped deep up in a little bit of college basketball. But I was talking about the De'Aaron Fox Spurs. That's huge. But the point I was bringing up is, like, dude, I almost feel like if I almost feel like they're trying to clean house right now. They're looking at the fact, again, my first initial take, this is all about money.
Yep.
Dallas didn't want to give $345 million guaranteed dollars to Luka when he's drunk and fat.
And LA already had it on the books with AD, so they just swapped it out, basically.
And LA added the books with AD, swap, a little mix-city match. And then now this feels like the Lakers are in a complete rebuild, at least to me, because you got two ball-dominant, LeBron and Luka. Like, who's going to play point?
No, John, I already told you that. Like, they wanted AD to take over. They
Yeah,
have someone who will now. LeBron's usage rate will go down. Not a ton, but it's going down. It has to.
Well, I mean, you see
It
him
has
in
to.
Madison Square Garden the other day?
Yeah, but he has to be the man. Like,
Who's going to, with these two egos in that room, Luka and LeBron?
It's
whose
like
damn teams it going to be? This is about to be, man, I'm telling you, they better shit. I can't believe they didn't say, here, take LeBron and AD, send us back Luka. That would have been more fair.
That's what I would have. If I'm Dallas, that's what you got to do.
And by the way, how is it that you didn't open up Luka to any other team? Like, do this thing behind the scenes.
I can kind of tell you. So 20 years ago, Nico, the GM for the Dallas Mavericks.
The Dallas Mavericks,
yeah.
Everybody's been talking
Rob
Nico.
Pelinka.
They're buddies.
They have a relationship from 20 years ago. You know what it is?
Bosom buddies?
No. So actually, one Kobe Bryant was, I guess what Pelinka was Kobe's agent. So 20 years ago, Kobe switched from Adidas to Nike. You know who got that deal done? Nico, a young Nico. So he and Pelinka has history.
And by the way, there's another Nico out there, and there's other than Nico Yamaleava.
I forget his last name.
I do too.
The Dallas, Nike Nico.
Nike Nico.
But yeah, so they had history. So that was a little behind the scenes. If you're gonna give them up to your boy.
So does that mean LeBron moves?
No,
he's just gonna stay in LA. And like
you just talking about capital, John. What greater way to rake in money than to have Luka and LeBron on your ticket? All about the dollars, baby.
All about them Benjamins.
Yep. Now Austin Reeves may be on the move.
And again, the buses who are considered the poor team, the franchise, the poor owners in the NBA because they're the poverty-stricken billionaire.
They just don't have oil money like everybody
I mean, they're not
else.
even like a billionaire. Like I think he's like they got like $800 million. Now the franchise is worth a ton, but like
the franchise is worth.
I'm talking about cold hard cash. They ain't sitting out there just like buku.
Yeah.
So they looked over at the Dodgers and said, holy hell, Dodgers have 3 Japanese-born players on their team. They made more money last year from Japan than they did in the United States. More people watched the World Series in Japan than the U.S., and they made $1 billion, which they gave $1 billion to Shohei Ohtani, and they banked it back.
Who magically learned English.
I told you the whole time he could speak English, by the way. I told you this for years. Everybody told me I was crazy. I was like, that dude, man, and I even said this, did I not say, I wish that I had me a translator. Like I could understand everything going on and just didn't want to answer the questions and would look over at my homie and be like, blah, 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 blah.
You have a translator. It's called your phone.
Oh, by the way, I did see the craziest video this week.
How crazy?
I'm now the conspiracy theory that Stephen Hawking was just, nothing about him was real. Did you hear this one?
No, this is some hardwood stuff.
Man, dude, it's from like when they had like them terrible VHSs back then. And they said they had a translator. Stephen Hawking, this was before he got the quote radio voice, and he would just go. And they said this dude understood him. He was the only person in the world that could quote understand what he was saying. And then he put out all these damn theories. It's a crazy one. But the video's out there. Check it out. If you love conspiracy theories, I like going down the rabbit hole every once in a while. But I'm not like Kyrie. The earth is round, homie. Round. Just like a basketball.
And old street clothes.
It's an old basketball. It could be a little like, warped. But to college basketball, that's the important thing that I need to get to because, man, what a weekend in hoops. Some of the games that I saw this weekend absolutely shocked me. The one in Rupp, especially seeing the way that Arkansas just bully whipped Mark Pope's his kids. They got Arkansas, where the hell's that been?
That's all Calipari. You know that speech before the game. Don't
Man,
embarrass
they
me.
came out-
Don't let me down tonight.
Dude, what did he play? Like, was it Mel Gibson and Braveheart? Is that the one?
Yeah,
He gets all the people to run down in their little kilts and kill everybody?
Probably broke out a little gladiator. Are you not entertained? Like, he did something.
300?
Yeah, a little 300 or something.
Something like that. Man, Arkansas came out and punched Kentucky in the face. 89-79 was the final. But, man, some of the other games, there was just so many shocking games. Did you see any of the UConn-Marquette game?
Yes, a little bit of it.
I'm telling you, if you would have told me UConn was going to have 25 turnovers and still beat Marquette's ass, I'd have told you were smoking rocks again. And that's exactly what happened. I'm grateful for the Tigers. They needed that dub. But, sometimes when I watch college basketball, it's crazy how some of these teams look like they got a lid on that joint. You know how talented college basketball players are? Like, to be a Division I college basketball player, only probably, the dudes that make it to D1 are the best dudes, period, like the creme de la creme of your high school. Maybe 1, 2, 3, whatever, go to, college. And baseball a little more if you got a good baseball team, like over Germantown and Houston did back in the day, Collierville. Christian Brothers. A lot of talent came out here in Memphis. But, man, to get D1 basketball players, Memphis is strong too, but, there's a handful of dudes. But when you watch college basketball compared to the NBA, it will freak you out. And if I was a coach in college basketball, there's a few things that I saw this weekend that literally, when I'm watching it, it drives me crazy. And I'm like, damn, dude, y'all even watch the game sometimes. How many times this weekend did I watch a guy get a rebound, go straight down the court and get a layup because nobody stops the damn ball. Everybody's two guys are running out to the three-point line and their defenders run right out there and it opens up the middle and nobody stops the dribble.
It parts like the Red Sea.
I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You got three guys out there guarding the three-point line and dude just went right down the middle for a layup because it's a fast break. Dude gets the rebound. You're not getting back. I don't understand. That drives me nuts. I saw it over and over and over again this weekend.
Sounds like a Mike D'Antoni coach team. All offense, no D.
No D. Stop the damn ball. You grab a board and you let a dude go coast. Tyrese Hunter does it all the time. You watch him do it. It is it's pretty crazy. And the other thing is when are coaches going to understand this? Some of them are better than others. But momentum is real.
Uncle Mo.
Man, I don't know how many times. I know how valuable timeouts are at the very end of the game. But if you ain't in it at the end of the game, it don't even matter if you have a timeout. Every once in a while, when you feel that everything, the earth underneath you is about to falter, and you look at your team and you can see, everybody on television can see they look like a deer in headlights. They're like, oh, where did this come from? I just got punched in the mouth. That's when they need to talk to you. Don't go scoreless for 3.5 minutes or let a team go on a 14-0 run before you're like, you know what? Oh my gosh, I just can't wait till give that TV timeout. All that TV timeouts right around the corner. Bro, sometimes you got to use your damn timeouts.
Waiting on the under 16.
Momentum is real, and that is something I also watch a lot of times in college basketball that makes me absolutely insane.
It's the way they play now, John.
Damn, dude, hold your timeouts.
I know what you're used to. You're used to 40 minutes of hell.
Man, Nolan Smith back in the day with Arkansas.
Richardson.
Yeah. Nolan Richardson.
Smith's your Tiger coach.
Damn it.
I got your back, man.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Luka, and you can be the old LeBron. Hey, take the ball out your hands sometimes.
Man, that man wore more red than anybody. He was Arkansas.
Yeah, but Nolan Red. That's what you're used to. That's what we're used to. But they don't play like that anymore. They're not. When the last time you seen someone slap the floor? You recall that? When they play D and hit, and they That used to wake your crowd, your building up. Slap the floor on the home court if you want. Everybody's getting up. They don't do it anymore, man.
And I watched, and again, I'm talking to Bill Self even. I mean, I know he's a great coach and everything, but against Baylor, you lost the game because you didn't use your timeouts. I'm actually yelling right at you, Bill Self. And a couple others. I mean, Shaka Smart could have used a few freaking timeouts this weekend. The Baylor-Kansas game, if you didn't see that, Kansas was up 40-21 and kicking Baylor's ass. And then when Baylor goes on a run, Bill doesn't call any timeouts. I'm sitting there I'm watching this going, man, is this really happening? You just gonna let your kids out there?
How big of a run did Baylor go on without him calling the timeout?
Oh, it was a good. It was a good, I'd say, from about 11 minutes in the second till probably 7. Something around that. I can't exactly remember. It was a good 3.5 minute stretch where Kansas didn't score and Baylor's just coming right back in this game. I mean, you have a 14-point lead, and then when you decide and finally get a timeout, the damn's a 3-point game. And then Kansas never recovered.
Wow. John, I did not realize Baylor came back and won that game. That's
yeah.
oh my God. They did not keep that lead? Where was I at? So I do recall the 40-21 at half, and I checked out. Baylor scored 60 points in the second half.
In the final 5 minutes, he had, I think Self had 2 timeouts left. They come out. Baylor's down 2 at that moment. And he goes a complete 3 minutes. There's about 5 minutes left. He took it all the way down to 2:21, 2:20, 2:30 moment before he finally called a timeout. And Baylor had gone on a 10-0 run. And by the way, the Bears, he had the arena was silent the whole first half. He let them wake up.
Oh, yeah. 40-21, yeah, they're quiet.
I mean, momentum is real in college basketball. And again, sometimes it's just like it's almost like they're just watching the damn game.
They doubled Kansas up in the second half. Kansas only scored 30 points. Baylor scored 60.
They didn't even you got Hunter Dickinson. They didn't even go through him. It was just weird. But college basketball has been weird this year. Again, the way UConn went on the road, beat the hell out of Marquette, even though they had 25 turnovers. Arkansas went on the road to Rupp, took care of business. Missouri, they went down to Starkville and just slapped Mississippi State upside the head and beat them by 19. Did not see that one coming. Crazy, oh man, in Michigan State. Did you see them lose?
No, I was kind of dealing with the airplanes and stuff. The breaking news is.
Oh God, man! Tell me, not anymore. No, they're all still in the air right now. Good.
Yeah.
Everything Gucci. You over in the news.
But you know about the second one though.
I know there's been 2 or 3. I think there's 3.
Yeah.
They had Alaska, like a fighter jet, maybe.
Yeah. Something of that nature.
Washington, D.C., and then Philadelphia.
They tend to pull me away from sports a little bit.
By the way, Philadelphia situation, is that maybe like a sign that you definitely don't want to bet on the damn Eagles?
Or it could be a sign that they are the team of destiny.
I don't know. A plane falling out of the sky and crashing into your city and exploding down your street is not usually a great sign.
Yeah, that one was kind of really a residential area.
Mm-hmm. That was so sad too, because I believe it was a medevac.
Yeah, it absolutely was.
God, I don't even want to go here because I don't watch the news because it's going to make me cry. I am a sweet little boy.
Well, I'll bring you back to the good life. My man Keith is listening to you. You say old news, but he says if Calipari would have called a timeout.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, call the timeout. Explain to him, hey, foul the boy. Oh, and by the way, speaking of motion, yeah, call the timeout, Cal. Quit saving it for the very end against Kansas. By the way, it's to Kansas
Keith,
twice.
it hurts us all still to this moment, as you can tell.
But that's the one thing about college basketball. Why don't they stop the ball? You see it every single game. Watching the Houston game this weekend, though, that was some dope basketball.
That's about as close as you're going to get to old school defense.
Man, they were scoring like they were billionaires in brothels, brother. They were shooting. There's a lot of scoring if you're a billionaire in a brothel. Look at the damage. Look at the damage that my man Lamar Odom did, and he's not a billionaire.
And look at him now. He has blow-up dolls.
Yeah, well, they're not blow-up.
I thought they were blow-up.
No, they're real. That's why they were 30. One was $30,000 because it looks like Khloe Kardashian.
Real.
And the other one was $20,000 because it was more of a generic brand.
So what's it made out of?
It's like, I don't know, rubber? I don't know. Dude, I don't know, man. I'm not a freaking blow-up doll expert. Hell, I don't know. Do you know?
No. Oh, shout out Lamar Odom.
Damn, Lamar. And by the way, last but not least, the best win of the weekend that I had, though, the things that are miracles. Had a 3-game parlay going. I know you don't want to hear about parlays. I'm not telling you about, oh my God, it's just a
You're our expert. Tell us, Joe.
The last leg of my parlay was I was looking at the Nebraska and Oregon game. It was the last game for college basketball last night, if you did not know. That's the last opportunity to throw down a little cheese other than the Grizz game. I had over 146.5. Okay? They scored 62 points in the first half. They didn't get, as a combined bunch, the team did not get to 100 points combined.
Bad.
Dude, I watched it as a loss. The total dropped from 146.5 to 131. So I'm like, damn, 32.5. I'm like, damn, this is over. I'm not going to look back at it. Screw this game. Screw you. I hate basketball. Not really. I just was very upset with myself because I didn't win. There was 8 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game when they scored the game's 100th point. So I only got 8 minutes to score 47 points, right? So there's no chance in hell, correct?
Correct.
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast, my friend. Now, with 3 minutes left, I didn't think I would win either because there was only 120 points. So that's 27 points I need in the final. Actually, it was 251. No, sorry. 246. I had to look and see. 2 minutes and 46 seconds were left on the clock. I need 27 points.
And
That seems
3 minutes, right?
2 minutes and
2 minutes.
46 seconds. I need 27 points. Oregon, who was at home and getting killed, were down by 10 points. It was 55-65. They started the foul game. And they fouled Nebraska after every shot that they made. And guess what? 77-71. I got the over, and they scored 10 points in the final 50 seconds of the game. If you had that under, you want to shoot yourself. That's one of the worst beats I've ever seen. I mean, damn. And the other thing is the other thing is you didn't even get your the game was in handed. It was 70-77 with 14 seconds left. They're going to dribble it out and they foul and help you get over. Man, life is good. That Oregon Nebraska total, if you had the under, I am so damn sorry. But if you had the over, you feel like you're living good. And I feel like I'm living good today. So I feel like I'm going to eat something good today. How about Los Cabos? It's where the flavors of Mexico melt in your mouth, but don't burn a hole in your bankroll. You can go over to Los Cabos 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Lunch specials daily, $7 to $11. How you like me now? And I'm talking about enchiladas and tacos and burritos and fajitas and taco salads, beans and rice, chili poblanos, chili rellenos, all the goodness. Man, it's $7 to $11. How you like me now? What about happy hour? 3 to 8. Margaritas are fire. Got a full bar. If you don't want a margarita, you want some Tito's, they got you. They also have a bar full of television. Los Cabos right there at Summer and Graham. Go over there and enjoy the food while not burning a hole in your bankroll. We got to place some bets about $12.50. But we're going to have a little fun on the other side because I got a little Hardwood where it feels so good. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. I have been told that my ads are all business and I should share some of my personality. Okay, I love tongue twisters, like the one about the terrific tasting toast by Taste Tester Toaster, or Big Black Bugs, Bleed Blue Blood, and of course Sally and her seashells. Or of course the ever-present I'm a mother pheasant plucker, I pluck mother pheasants. Okay, enough of that. If you want an honest, fair, reasonable roofing, siding, or gutter estimate, call Five-Ash Roofing at 367-0050. That's exactly what you'll get. No empty promises, no high-pressure sales tactics, and no fast-talking salesman trying to convince you that today and only today is the best day for you to get a new roof. For the record, the best day to get a new roof is when you're ready for one. Five-Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director of Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 91271-5199.
Attention homeowners, it's time to score big with Choate's air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and generators. For the first 50 callers who purchase a new carrier system, generator, or tankless water heater, choose between 60 months of no-interest financing or free air duct cleaning, a $500 value. Plus, don't miss our $39 February deals. Choose from a furnace tune-up, a sewer inspection, or an electrical panel inspection. It's the perfect way to prepare your home for the season. But hurry, this winning deal ends February 28th. Don't fumble this opportunity to claim these amazing offers. Call Choates today at 347-8086. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
Each and every Sunday morning at 11 to join Ottawa Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawa is a PCUSA church downtown Memphis.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. It's a beautiful Monday in the Mid-South. It is beautiful, and it's fresh like off of a beautiful Sunday evening. I mean, how did you not like that? Grizzlies kicked the Bucks' ass. I know one thing. I felt good about that game. I feel good about the Grizzlies. They got depth. They got wings. They got wings, more wings. We are running out of wings since we got to pay Ja that $300,000, you know. What up, Billy? But yeah, man, Tigers held on to win. Thank you, PJ Clark. Thank you for hitting 5 threes and playing 25 minutes. That was awesome. Dane Danger didn't find out. He had 4 fouls, came back in with 11 minutes to go in the second half, didn't foul out of the game. Thank you. Tigers held on and got a big dub. And they just got to keep racking up wins over there in that soft American, and things will be good. I know Ole Miss fans are fired up for the NFL draft because Jackson Dart's moving up the board. He had a great Senior Bowl Jalen Milroe, on the other hand, didn't. We got crazy news. Chip Kelly's leaving Ohio State. Their DC left, gone, went to Penn State.
The boy
Offensive
Seth
coordinator
Henneken did good too,
gone.
John.
Do a touchdown pass at the very end of the game. In the Senior Bowl on a touchdown pass. You just think I'm never going to mention him because he plays in Memphis?
Yeah, I thought you were giving Dart his love and not
I am
Henneken.
giving
I
him Dart
did.
because
I
he does
did.
go to Ole Miss.
I did.
But
And
I
you have
also-
a Memphis hat on, so I didn't
And
want
I
you
do.
to
Oh,
forget.
I love Memphis. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Seth Henneken. But again, I was just the reason I guess mentioned Dart because I feel like before the Senior
you
Bowl,
love him.
No. I respect him. He's a worker. He ain't out there partying. I know when I was his age, I wouldn't have been able to resist. I'd have been.
He ain't pulling Carson Beck moves.
No, he ain't. He ain't sliding into DMs. He ain't Snapchatting fools, and he don't look like E.T. on crack. Because he got them big, crazy stoner eyes, but he like real skinny face. So the E.T. whole wide face wouldn't work. His face looks sucking in like a meth head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like a California raisin, but without the wrinkles because he's young.
Short, little old school California raisin. Look at you.
I heard it through the
Look
grapevine.
at you. As a kid, I used to have those, so you just hit me
I
in
know.
a good spot.
But man, I'll tell you one thing though. I feel like Dart's moved himself into the third quarterback off the board.
It's that first round though.
I mean, I don't know. Late first round, early second. It depends on how desperate some teams are late in the draft about a quarterback. He's a guy that I do want you to be able to at least sit him for a year.
How you
Learn
feel about
behind
that?
somebody.
How you were talking about Chip Kelly a second ago. How you feel about that?
I just am more shocked that they're going to pay Chip Kelly. What was it, $6 million to be
Mr.
the offensive
Stan-
coordinator
NFL?
of the damn NFL Raiders? Is that right? I might have. You know what? I need to. You want to Google for me?
Yeah, I'm looking. Chip Kelly's moolah.
Because I did see that their defensive coordinator go to Penn State got $3.1 million to be DC at Penn State, which is like, damn, that's serious money. And then you got my man again, Chip Kelly, I believe, went, I think, for $6 million. If he got $6 million, that's $500,000 a month.
$6 million, baby.
He did. So he's making $500,000 a month. Do you know Paul Bear Bryant, the last year that he actually coached at Alabama, how much he made? I know. it's such a-
49,000.
No. I mean, come on now. You know,
I mean, that was like 400,000 back then.
it wasn't. You make it sound like he was coaching in the frickin' like 1960s.
I know.
I mean, he was coaching, but his final year.
Okay, final year.
contract,
Okay, watch this. What year was that?
1982.
82.
See, it's not long. I mean, we were alive, dude.
Okay.
You were alive, right? I know I
82.
was.
No, 1 year before me. I was at 83.
Damn
I'm
it,
going
you
to gauge it
young.
off of.
Man, I look younger than you.
I'm going to gauge it off of Montana was the first millionaire quarterback, I believe. So a little less than a mil.
$450,000
Okay, yeah, okay.
for his final year. By the way, obviously the highest amount of money he ever made during his coaching career, about $150,000. But dude, that was his yearly contract in 1982. Chip Kelly, the DC for the Raiders, is making $6 million a year. Damn.
Ohio State losing both coordinators.
So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, that's right. We don't like those guys.
What offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator wouldn't want to go jump on that ship? I guarantee you Ryan Day is going to have some pretty talented dudes running the offense and defense for Ohio State. By the way, I still think I told you Ben Johnson. Did you see what he got?
His moolah?
You know, it's $13 million a year.
Yeah, he's 13. Yep.
First head coaching gig is usually I would think 6 to 7.
Just under Kyle Shanahan.
Dude, that's insane. This is his first damn head coaching job, and he's a goober. He might be a great offensive coordinator. I'm telling you, I don't think this guy is going to be a success because he's not a leader of men. If he told me to go do something the minute he walked out the door, I'd be like, "Did you hear that corny bleep, bleepity bleep?"
You would challenge the man in his building?
Hell yeah. I wouldn't be able to help myself. I mean, if Gomer Pyle was trying to run the Navy, do you think he'd do a damn good job?
Oh, Gomer was special, though.
Again, Ben Johnson gives me special vibes.
Think about it, Joe. It's life-changing money, though. He does it for 3 years. His family,
Oh, no, man. I'm just talking about the Bears organization.
13 mil.
Damn. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing some wood. I did want to tell you, though, about myautomaticgates.com. I got an automatic gate. Use that bad boy today. Go get in the car, bam, push the button, bing, bang, boom, slides open, boop, boop, boop. Leave, push the button, slides close. It's gorgeous. I think it just made my property value go up. It looks good. It also looks secure. At automaticgates.com, You go over there just like I did. It was over a year and a half ago. Did not intend to bring them on the show. Kind of like got started a chatting. They came out to my crib. I had no idea what I wanted. I told them, here's what I told them. I was like, I want a gate that I can push a button that's got rails or like whatever these things are called that my little dogs can't get out. But I don't want it to be all the way up. So they made like little bars in between them. And I told him what I want. Dude, like, I don't know what he did. Next thing you know, comes up, hands me this piece of paper, tells everything they're going to do, has the price, bing, bang, boom. I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. Didn't know what I want. They helped me out. The next day, they got to my house like 30 minutes before I left to go to work. Got back from work, it was done. It's perfect. And it was ready to roll. And again, it helps your property value. It helps they seamlessly blend aesthetic appeal and security into your crib. Go get an automatic gate. You'll be glad you did. Go to myautomaticgates.com. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Well, I don't know where to start because there's just so many damn stories out there. So we will start with the ones that I find interesting. Matt Barnes. Is his wife going to have that ring janked from her finger? And is the wedding off? I can tell you one thing. The fastest way to be an ex-fiance, like you're on the road to marriage. You're just chilling, going down the road back in the day. Maybe you're on a country, a covered wagon. You're going across the plains. This is like what you did would be like taking an axe while your husband's asleep and chopping one of the wooden wheels off. And he's got to put it all back together. You do it in private, you might make it all the way. He
probably denied it in private.
Well, I mean, again, I don't know if you know this. What is my philosophy in life?
Deny.
Till the day you die. Telling you, I don't give a damn. You can catch me red-handed. I don't know what you talking about, woman. You crazy. Ain't me. You crazy. I bet that lady fell. I was helping her out. What are you talking about? Man, you need to take yourself out. You need to go get checked out in the mental institution right now. I'm telling you, your eyes ain't working. Go get your glasses checked. Deny to the day you die. Now, if they have it on video, tell her this. Because somebody just sent me a text. Well, what if it's on video? AI makes some
baby.
Sick videos these days, bro. That isn't me. Oh, have you ever heard of the word doppelganger? Or is that not in your vocabulary? Could have been my doppelganger. Everybody's got a twin.
Who needs Dr. Phil when you have Dr.
Right
Judd?
now.
You have Dr. Judd.
If they ever say go to therapy, you say, nope, I'm not a quitter. Hail to the Nizzo. And then also, this is another good one. I really feel like we need to go internalize the stuff that's in the past. You say, baby, yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a gift, baby. That's why they call it the present. All that stuff in the past is over, boo. Why you want go and run that back? Stir up them feelings. I'm gonna enjoy today. I don't even have to look for tomorrow, because you know what? Tomorrow ain't even a promise from me, man.
I just wrote that down.
Yeah. Oh, I'm slick, bro.
Tomorrow ain't promised, boo.
Tomorrow ain't promised, boo. You better enjoy this gift you got right now. Again, yesterday's history. Oh, are you perfect? Did you come into this relationship a virgin? Boy, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, Matt Barnes.
Yeah, Matt Barnes. You were giving them love advice.
I was giving y'all therapy. John Harden, a.k.a. therapist.
Dr. Judd.
Dr. John. Damn, Dr. John, though, great musician. The world of the NBA drama was focused on Luka and AD. Well, that was the normal thing to looking at. I was looking at how Matt Barnes' fiance, Miss Sims, who's not ever going to be Miss Barnes if that was me, went on social media, put 8 different women on her platform, their Instagrams, their IG accounts, all their stuff, put all their business out there.
And the relationships to them.
The relationships to them, the dates they were bumping and
very detailed.
Knocking boots. What do you say in 2025? Knocking boots.
Yeah, we read that now, John. We're not going millennials. Knocking boots, baby.
Knocking boots.
There we go.
Man, they've been knocking boots.
Our listeners know what that is.
Man. And they have 2 kids, and I understand it. She probably feels very secure. But I don't know if you know this. You've been having them 2 kids for years, and you still just got engaged in 2022. The kids didn't pop up. They ain't tulips. They don't just pop up every year and go away.
They ain't tulips.
Tulips are beautiful. They pop up.
So what's your advice to her,
on.
John? Stop it or try to get married? What'd you tell her?
Check before you wreck. I don't know if you know this. He's an assistant coach. He had an NBA salary. He got that money. What the hell you doing? And yeah, you're like, I got 2 kids. Well, once they hit 18-year-olds, what you gonna get? Because you ain't married, woman. You ain't getting no alimony.
She got a little child
You
support.
ain't getting, until they 18. And then see you bye, sayonara. What you gonna live on your son?
Yeah,
Just telling
you know.
you better get your ass, you better get that thing dotted on the signing line. You better not sign a prenup. You better be married before you come out with allegations like this. Because
I
as a
feel you.
fiance, you can't bring that to the table because guess what? You're going to be left in the dust and you ain't going to get nothing. Animosity builds up. Instead of loving you and wanting to marry you, he's got 8 women blowing up his phone.
And they all got great jobs,
let me
too.
tell you something, and they blowing up his phone, and they dog cussing him, and they be like, man, what your girl be doing? Now, is it his fault for diddling?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at us being honest.
But the repercussions for you are real. Don't do that in public. And again, if you had that PI following him or whatever, if Magnum PI with his hairy chest is following Matt Barnes around, I don't know how I didn't notice him, but like that mustache, them dark glasses, looking like so like out
Little
of place.
Tom Selleck action. Great description, man.
Thank you. Like if you didn't notice that they had a PI, he's got free whatever, you can go to social media and do that. Because again, you don't even know how you just wrecked Matt Barnes' like every time he's away from you. Now that dude's glued to a phone getting chewed out by some woman.
One of his many.
Yeah, and now is he a philanderer? You should have known. By the way, if you got engaged to him, you should have known he was an a-hole in the front end.
She should have knew better because he has great hair, John.
And he plays in the NBA.
And he plays in the NBA. But he has great hair.
Yeah, no offense, Matt Barnes. I'm sorry. No offense to Doug Christie. Doug Christie, the reason I thought of him is because, his wife's on that, what's her name, Jackie or something? She's on the Basketball Wives show.
Yeah.
And she crazy as hell, too.
She is. She's been crazy.
But this, I found out, dude, how do you stay? Like, do you go ahead with the marriage after you get called out like that? And she made you look like a hoe. I don't know if you know this, men don't like to look like hoes, and neither do women. Nobody wants to be a hoe. Except for, what is the new generation?
I don't know. They like X, Y, Z.
If you're 18 to 25, what are you?
901-360-8255 because I don't have that answer.
What are you? Because this generation.
Or there could be some parents that know. What are they? What are your kids?
What am I?
I told you, we showed you you're 1 year away from being pops. You're still
unc. You're
real
still
unc.
one. Yeah, we were talking about that's a different style. I'm talking about I think I'm a.
You're a year away from being pops.
I'm old. Screw y'all. Point is, my next story has to do with young women. And I'm talking about and these are young working women.
Oh, yeah, they had great jobs. Well, some of them did.
No, I'm not talking about the women that you were talking about. They did have some great jobs, and they were good-looking women. I'm talking about the NSFW style of work. Not suitable for work, which is funny because it's NSFW. Not suitable for work, but that's their work. And there was an article that I read from probably Bro Bible, I'm guessing. Maybe LA Bible. Got a lot of Bibles I was reading. The good one on Sunday. Shout out Steve Gaines over at Bellevue. But there's a bunch of women who now have quit their jobs, making good. This young lady, Casey, was making $300,000 a year. Not bad. A good salary. But she was working 60 hours a week and never had time. People always said that she was beautiful. So she decided while she was young, you might as well go home or go broke. So she opened up an OnlyFans page. That woman's so fine. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. She is fine. She made over $1 million in her first month. Then we have another Cece. She was a police officer. I ain't gonna lie to you. If she pulled me over, I would say, please arrest me. Put the cuffs on. Spank me. I'm a bad boy. Do whatever you gotta do to my bad ass. Please. She's fine.
Throw away the key.
Honest to God, like there's one Memphis police officer. Were you ever here the day that lady came in here and she was speaking and I could barely like control myself? She was so good looking.
Was it? Oh, I guarantee you I know who you're talking
Man,
about.
she was so good looking.
Was it the PIO?
Well, I don't even know what these things. I know.
No,
Man,
the woman that they send to talk. She's
Yeah,
an officer,
yeah.
but she
No,
talks
she a
for
cop.
them.
She was-
yeah,
yeah, she
I know
talked
you're
to
talking
me.
about. You want me to say her name?
No. I don't want to embarrass her.
She is fine. Though.
She is fine.
I have to work with her on the weekend.
I said, oh, do you really?
I get my information
Bro!
from her.
Chaz, you better not be. Turn the damn channel off and go to work.
I'm talking about the police.
Slide me them damn digits, bro. No, I'm just kidding. No, she is the finest
She-
cop I'd ever
she
seen
is.
in my life. Until this one, well, they're about the same. They both on them at the level called 10. And this one officer, she quit her job. She was making good money. She was making $57,000 a year, which is not bad. Keeping her street safe. She went to the side. It took her 3 months. But now she's made over $1 million in the first 3 months. And it's just exploded. Like how many OnlyFans models are there out there in the world? Because it feels like I'm talking about a new one every week. I think that what if you had like Rocket Money? Does Rocket Money, would it say, bro, you got like 10 OnlyFans you're paying? Like you have 2 Netflix subscriptions? You got to check back and check your account. That's just crazy. But I have to say this, to the whatever generation that is, damn. Like, I don't feel like that's woman empowerment. I mean, congratulations that you making buku cash. But man, you're doing it the old-fashioned way, if you know what I'm saying. Oldest professional in the world. Oh, what is the oldest profession in the world?
Government politics or something. I don't know.
No, a prostitute.
Ah, okay.
Been around since the beginning of time, homie. First job ever was a prostitute. Trust me, I don't want to get like biblical on you, but I'm just kidding. Never mind. I'm going to jump off this one before I jump too deep in it. But yeah, man, I don't know. I know one thing. One of my 2 daughters quit their job. I know I don't give a damn. You can be 27, a doctor, and running your own business. I'm going to yank a knot in your ass. But Caitlin Clark this week. Did you see Iowa played USC? Iowa beat USC, 4th team in the country. Like, I mean, damn, Iowa's going crazy. And after they beat USC, the number 4 team in the country, they retired Caitlin Clark's jersey. And I have to say, that former coach, that lady's awesome. And Caitlin Clark, you would be a huge story if freaking Luka Doncic and and Anthony Davis did not get traded. If the Super Bowl was going on this weekend, what's going on this week. But I got to give you your kudos. They, to announce Caitlin Clark and all the awards that she had and all the records she broke almost took 30 minutes. And she, deservedly so. When the coach who coached her whole life, and she just retired, at the end says, you've done more in 4 years than I was able to do for the women's game in 40. And I can't thank you enough. And everybody needs to invest in women. I got a little bit emotional. You know, I'm a girl dad. I was like, dig that. And Caitlin Clark, man, I like you. You just don't need to be hanging around with T Swizzle, okay? She ain't good for your street cred. And you play in the WNBA and you gonna hang out with Tay-Tay? Please. I gotta take a time out. We gotta figure out what we're gonna bet on the other side. Don't forget, make sure you buy you some Tito's on the way home so you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the Grizzlies whipping up on the Spurs. Back into Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I'm so excited.
I had a feeling you'd be excited.
That doesn't even begin to describe how I feel about the new Central Barbecue location on Central.
Well, technically, it's the same location.
Same location, but a very different Central Barbecue on Central.
I get what you're saying, but I don't want to confuse people. The new Central Barbecue location on Central is the same place as the old Central Barbecue on Central.
But it's so much more. It's big, for one thing.
It is a whole lot bigger. Well, I think it has to be.
Because everybody in Memphis is going to be flocking to the new Central Barbecue location on Central.
Where the old Central Barbecue on Central used to be.
Details.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Chino's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I hope you're having a beautiful Monday. Thank you for participating in the show. Big thanks to Jake Crane, Terry Davis, who joined us earlier, and even to my man Darian Newsom. I love you, Darian. I'm glad I don't have to go do the news and actually know what's going on in the world, the real stuff, because I don't like it.
I'm always your Luka. Thanks, LeBron. I'm always your Luka.
Thank you. Now, we got a bet, man. I'm ready to make a little bit of money. So here's what we're going to do. You saw the Grizzlies go off on the Milwaukee Bucks last night, right? Grizzlies are playing tonight at the Grindhouse. Spurs, the Lions, only 4.5. I would say usually bet on the Grizzlies, but betting on the Grizzlies I'm not very good at because if I bet on the Grizzlies, somehow they don't win and don't cover. Like, it's just a fact. So I'm just not doing it. I mean, damn. When I quit betting on them, they go on these runs, and they cover, and I'm like, damn it. And then I bet on them, and they don't. So Spurs, Grizzlies tonight at the Grindhouse, minus 4.5. I'm not going to touch. But the Bucks and the Thunder. Bucks played last night against the Grizzlies. Well, the Grizzlies scored 132.
Yep.
Man, Thunder at home. The total's 232. How you going to stop Shea? He's only averaging 36 points a game over his last 9. Like, I'm telling you right now. And you think Lillard's going to have that bad of a night shooting? I don't think so. Over 232.5. You better jump on it now.
The Bucks got 119, and that's with Lillard playing awful.
Yeah, that was with Lillard playing awful and again, against a top 10 defense in the NBA. A lot of people don't realize first in pace, but also still top 10 in the NBA in defense and efficiency. But I just think it flies over 232.5 tonight. That's the only bet I really actually like. Now, I will be doing a lot of in-live betting.
I found it, John. What we were looking for, I found it.
Oh, you found my...
I found it.
Okay, keep this.
After the show, I got it.
Yeah, boy.
I'm searching desperately for you.
And then tonight, we also do have, I think it's the only ranked game that I saw on the boards, Iowa State and Kansas. Kansas looked terrible in the second half against Baylor. Bill Self didn't use any timeouts. Kansas was just owning Baylor. Owning them. Ended up losing that game. The week before, they blew it against Arizona State. Kansas, 2 losses in a row. Problem is, they on the road, bro. No, they're at home. They're back at home tonight. But guess who's coming to town? Iowa State. And let me tell you something. Iowa State has 2 losses. I think I just said that backwards. I must be stoned. Damn edibles kicking in right about the perfect
They lost
time.
the other day. I think they got 3, don't they?
No.
They got 2.
I just said that Iowa's the one that lost to Kansas State this weekend, and they lost to Arizona before, and it was Kansas who just lost to Baylor on the road, so now I got it right. But Kansas is at home, and they are playing Iowa State. TJ's been a great coach. They, only 4 losses on the season, 8th in the country. On the road against K-State, minus the 2.5. I got to feel like Bill Self and them boys have a bounce-back game. Like what they did against Baylor, they dominated the first half, and then they went to sleep, and Bill didn't call a timeout. Wake them back up. I've got a lean on the Jayhawks. I like the over. I'm betting on the over already. Already did it. I got a kind of a lead. I might watch it and go in line, but I'm thinking the Rock Talk Jayhawks I think they beat up on the Cyclones tonight. Getting it -2.5 might be juicy. So give it a little look-see. Tomorrow, you know what we're breaking down. It's time to get into the big game. We're going to talk about the Chiefs. We're going to talk about the Phillies. And also, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are reserved for SEC hoops. I'm going to have all the biggest games for you for Tuesday and Wednesday. And between now and then, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. For Darian Newsom, I'm John Harden. Get out there. Make this world a better place. We're going to see y'all on the flip side. Peace.